What's going on? You want to shut the car off for me? You need an ambulance?
No. Oh, God, no. I do not.
What happened?
I was driving here, and then I was on the phone with my daughter.
You been drinking?
No. Yes.
Huh?
Possibly.
It's a yes or no question.
No.
No? Okay. Where's your license?
That's Louisiana Councilwoman Kayla Menard Reaux. And she was then pulled over because she crashed into a car. As you can see, he asked if she'd been drinking because he probably suspects that she's been drinking. It's a normal process, but as you're going to find out, apparently not a normal process. She had been leaving the house of the current police chief. She's connected to power. And also her father's the former police chief. She's super connected to power. Keep that in mind as we see the next steps of this, as she tried to talk her way out of this. And I think it might have worked more.
Do y'all know our council member, Kayla Reaux?
I didn't want to say anything.
What's your phone number? I need it for the token.
867-5309.
867.
Thank you. No.
What's
I've
your
been
name?
driving all day. I'm exhausted.
I know.
What's your name again?
Kayla Reaux.
Right.
How you spell your last name?
R-E-A-U.
If you live in Louisiana and you know how to spell that, it's embarrassing. R-E-A-U-X. It's like go.
I want you to imagine getting drunk, running into someone's parked car, getting pulled over, cops discovering and knowing that you've been drinking, and then you start popping off like that. You must be stupid if you don't know how to pronounce and spell my name. There's a reason why. It's because when the police chief, who also showed up to protect her ass, he stepped in and then more went down. Let's see.
Most of our time this weekend is right in this
Like
area.
you. I don't like you at all.
That's okay.
I don't like him.
Why?
I think he's cocky. He needs to calm down. Be relatable.
I am.
Get life, kid.
I got it, ma'am. It's okay.
It's okay for you. Where?
It's not going to be good.
Where?
Dad,
No, I don't like him.
I know, I understand that, but stop. You
That's
wanna write the
progressive.
expiration date?
So that older gentleman shows up. He's the police chief, and he's ready to go ahead and let her off the hook. By the way, there was no sobriety test given of any kind, and of course, she's let off the hook. The police chief showed up. What are you going to do? Who are you going to answer to? Who are you going to change this law around? And also, since this one guy she doesn't like was, I guess, popping off with too much of that whole law stuff, she was able to get upset at him as well. By the way, how about the person's car who she ran into? The woman whose car was hit says she's still working to pay a $25,000 repair bill after no sobriety test was administered to that councilwoman and no citation was issued. So probably without that sobriety test and that citation being issued, I guess they have to say it's a hit and run. I'm not sure how they're qualifying this, but the one person they did care about drove off with the police chief. Here's the picture of our culprit here. I guess not to them, but to us. There's Miss Reaux, and it's her father, former police chief. And it's the current police chief who was out there making sure things happened the way that it was supposed to. It's a good old boy network. Jordan, nothing new to see here.
No, this is business as usual for cops. They operate like a gang. They look out for their own. If you're screwed, or in some cases you're dead if you have an adverse outcome with an interaction with the police. But because she's in power, because she's connected, and because she's white, she got to operate freely, and she got no punishment whatsoever. She screwed some random person over by hitting her car, and the police chief just looked away. It's emblematic of a system and culture of abuse in police departments throughout this country. Until we seriously take them on, have political officials who are willing to take them on and not scared of police unions or vague threats, like what we're seeing in Chicago. They're trying to influence the outcome of the mayoral election there by saying if the progressive candidate wins, thousands of cops are going to resign. No, they won't. They always make these hollow threats, but they won't. It's because they're trying to scare the public. Oh, you want lawlessness if you get a progressive. No, because they want their system, they want the status quo preserved so they can continue operating again like a gang, racking up overtime at the public expense, killing people without any punishment, and any civil litigation or civil settlement comes at the taxpayer expense. They want the status quo preserved.
There was a quote about the reason why they didn't do the DUI or any of the sobriety tests. And imagine, again, if you're in this situation, if this is what a police chief or a police officer would say. I'm not a big proponent of writing somebody a citation when it's clearly an accident. They're going to have enough to deal with getting the quotes for the car, talking to their insurance, and all of that. Our job is not to decide if someone is right or wrong in an accident. Wow, that's what the police was saying about this. One more part, the Youngsville Police Department has no written policy for conducting sobriety tests or issuing citations at the scene of crashes. That's according to the police chief. Hey, everyone that's ever had a DUI or has been in an accident before, when you had that DUI and all that, have you? Do you think you got a citation? Do you think you got a sobriety test? I haven't been in that situation. I can only go off of y'all's points of view. So please let me know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe this is standard operating procedure. And every time anyone's had a DUI, it's because they asked to blow into the machine and then see that they're actually not supposed to be driving their vehicle.